Hey guys, and welcome back to World War II Solitaire board game channel. This is episode 3, the final episode of my Stalingrad Advance to the Volga 1942 full game campaign, a full playthrough up to turn 9. Turn 10 to 14 is an optional thing where you, a short scenario where you play from 10 to 14, only 5 turns. So anyway, like I always say, I record in 4K now. I got a new good phone, so make sure that you hit the settings and go to video quality and press advanced. You can manually choose 4K. Sometimes YouTube only chooses full HD or even lower depending on your connection speed. So you want to watch this in 4K so you can see the details of all the counters and the board and so on. We're using the optional rules for isolated Soviet units and increased German supply points. Very helpful. So far I have 22 supply points, but I've actually only gotten I think 6 or 7 more from that optional rule. So even without that I would still have something like 17 supply points or something. So I actually haven't benefited from that so much. Even with the isolated units, it's even one last turn, one unit got stronger by 1, which can happen. And I never had one being weakened by 2. So even with optional rules, I haven't been helped that much, and I still think I'm doing okay. I have 29 captured areas. By the end of this video, I need to have captured 11 more to win, because I need 40 captured areas to have operational victory. Okay guys, let's go ahead and win the Battle of Stalingrad. We start at the dawn phase, and at the dawn phase is where you would put more isolation markers, but there is no other units that are isolated. Take a note that this is adjacent to the Volga area number 42, Spartakovka. Let's see what we want to do. We want to do our reinforcements, and we have a nice group here that comes on turn 7, and it's 3 infantry division markers from the 100th, and they have a weak combat value of 2. However, they have a supporting panzer battalion with an attack value of 5. These guys can go into area number 1 or 2 or 31 or 32. However, only of those are cleared of enemy forces, so they're gonna start in area number 1. Now we have the random event phase, and we hope to not roll a 3, because if that happens we have the 64th Army breakthrough, meaning that we must remove 4 units from the 29th Motorized Division from the map, and one of them is in the out of action box, and if that happens I have to pay 1 morale for him being there. So let's go ahead and roll. And we roll, let's see here, 7, 8, 9, which is going to be our old friends, the commissars. So they are very often on the board, definitely, so get used to them. Then we roll for our supplies, and what a fantastic roll. We roll 10, 18, so we go from 20 points to 38. Wow. I'm telling you guys, I am extremely lucky with these supply points. Again, I've only gained something like, I don't know, 5 or 6 or 7 extra points. So with the 38, I would still be up to, 33 or 31 points now. So, okay, let's go ahead. We get 1 free air support. We get this guy back on the map for 1. We buy 7 artillery support markers. So we go from 37 to 30. We buy the last air support, so we go from, let's see, we're at 30, we go to 27. And I think I'm going to increase my morale by 1, so we go to 24. I have so much points, so let's get, should I get 2 more? Let's just get 2 more engineer supports. We got 20. So I mean, like I said, even without that optional rule, I would still have 15 or 13 points of supplies. So I don't think that rule has so far anyway helped me out that much. Let's go ahead and go on out to the combat phase, and let's kick some butt. We need to capture, I would prefer to capture 4 or even 5 areas in this turn. Let's start by clearing up these isolated Soviet units. This guy is gonna go ahead and move into the clear area. The clear area is a barrage, and I don't have time to mess around with retreat and stuff, so I'm just going to go ahead and lose this guy in the out of action box, the infantry division. Their defense value is 5, plus 1 because of the area turns into 6, plus 1 because of the commissars. My attack value is 5, plus 2 because of 2 supporting units, and unfortunately now I don't have divisional integrity, so I don't get that, but I get a plus 1 because of our high morale. I am going to go ahead and use 2 support markers, so I go from 8 to 12, and then we battle. Ooh, 6 turns into 18, he gets 6 as well, turns into 13. Okay, that's a good battle. This guy is done. Oh, we forgot to roll for the isolation. Let's do it just for fun to see what would have happened. And we roll a 5, so we would have decreased his defense value by 1. So we would definitely win that fight. So we remove the isolation and we put these guys to the spent side, and we increase our control now from 29 to 30 areas. 10 more needs to be captured. These guys are advancing to the next unit, which is a barrage as well. We lose this guy. That's a good thing that I decided to get him back, so he's lost. And I still have the divisional integrity because it's the 16th, all of them are from the 16th. So let's go ahead and calculate his value first. It's 8 plus 2 because of his defense, plus 1 because of these guys, minus 6 plus 2 supporting units, that's 8, plus high morale and divisional integrity, that's plus 2. Now let's go ahead and roll for his isolation. We have a 5, so it's a minus 1 to his defense factor and defense value, so he's now at 10 together with me. I'm gonna go ahead and use 2 artillery support markers, I think, or maybe I should use 1 air support instead. So my value goes up to 12, and then we roll for the Stuka attack, and we roll a 4. That's good. He goes from 10 to 6. And then we go ahead and have combat. Whew! Look at that roll. He rolls 12. So he goes from 6 to 18. I, thank God, roll a 10, so I go from 12 to 22. Oof. Close call indeed. He's done for. I capture the area. Here. And my units are spent, and we increase now to 31 captured areas. Perfect. So I need to keep pushing, and now I think I am gonna go hit one of these heavy areas. I need to get this guy down there. That's a problem, to be honest. I need more units at hand. That's really problematic. This guy is gonna move up. He has an infantry battalion, so that's 2 points for entering a vacant area adjacent to a Soviet unit, and all of them have 4, so 2 more points to move here. So we move here, but now unfortunately he's spent. And then this group also has an infantry, and that's very unfortunate because I would like to move down here and then attack, but I can't do that because that's 2 movement points. And then to enter an area containing an unrevealed Soviet unit is 4, so I would need 6 for that. So I could potentially just move in with these guys, but I don't want to separate them, I think. Or should I do that? Because it is getting very late into the game. The problem is he has 4. I could potentially attack with... I can't attack with him either. He cannot reach that area. So that means he would have to go south instead, and that is a reckless move. Oh man, I'm getting into some dicey situations because next turn I want to attack this and this. I'm basically gonna have to do that actually, so I'm leaving him behind and moving on into the elevated area. And we have an ambush. Crap. Okay, it is what it is. His defense value is 8 plus 4, so it's 12 now, plus 1 because the commissars. 4 is for the area, by the way. My defense attack value is 7 plus 2 for 2 supporting units, and plus 2 because of high morale and divisional support. We're gonna use 2 artillery support markers, so we go up to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 air support. And yeah, this guy is gonna be the lead element. We roll for the air support. Oh, 2, so it goes from 13 to 11. That's really unfortunate, but hopefully I can at least win the fight. Yes, okay, 11. I go from 15 to 26, and he rolls 8, so he goes from 11 to 19. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more than his value. So unfortunately, his ambush will kill my lead element. That's very unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. We have at least won the battle, and we put a control marker here. Notice it's a region with a 4 defense value, so we gain 1 morale at least. And we have captured 1 more area, so we're now at 32. We still need to capture 8 areas. Okay, so that's it. We're gonna go ahead and attack more. This group is gonna head north to the light urban terrain. It's a guards unit with a 4, that's not too bad. He has a 3 defense value from his region and a plus 1 because of the commissars. He's isolated, so we're gonna roll for the isolation first of all. Hope for a 6. It's a 3, which is bad because that means the isolation has no effect. And let's see, we have 5, and I believe we have 3 supporting units. It turns into an 8, and then divisional integrity and high morale. We are gonna use 2 artillery supports. We go from 10 to 14. Because he's a guards unit, he gets to roll 3 d6, so I think I need to really stay ahead of him. And that's the reason why I need to do that. I roll 2 and he rolls 7. So with my 2, I go up to 16. With his 7, he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can see why I used all of that support. I would be in real trouble now if I hadn't done that. So this guards unit is taken out, and I'm spent. I remove the support, and I have now captured 33 areas. There's just 7 more areas to capture, so I'm doing actually incredibly good, but disaster can still happen, so you should not feel too safe before you have actually sealed the deal, so to speak. Okay, let's see here. I want to attack with 1 more group, and I'm contemplating whatever I should move this group up. See here, moving up is the 29th. Oh yeah, these should be spent. And this one is also spent, sorry. This guy is moving into this area, so he's spent, and this guy with a 6 movement value, it's just 1 movement to move into this empty area, so he's moving all the way down here. Actually, he's moving here, and I think this guy stays, because then I can move them together next turn, at the end of the turn if I feel like I want to do that, and then I stay safe from that logistical pause if that happens in the next turn. You always have to think ahead. And then they could attack the light urban in case I'm like 1 away from having 40. And then it's just a question about this group, if I should stay or if I should advance to help these guys out. But I think actually he is going to go ahead and stay. So this group here is going to go ahead and attack here. That's going to be the last attack for this turn. And we have a guards unit with a 5 and a 3 defense value. So it's a 9 in total with the commissars. My attack value is 4. I do have 3 supporting units. So it turns into an 8 and then turns into a 10 because of divisional integrity and high morale. I am going to use... I'm going to go all out because I have so many points. I'm going to go air support and engineer support. So my 10 goes to 14. And then we roll for the Stukas. And I roll 6, so he goes down to 3. That's perfect. Let's go ahead and battle. If I lose this, I'm going to lose my crap. He rolls a 6, so he goes from 3 to 9. I roll a 4, so I go from 14 to 18. I have definitely won. Oh, he should roll 3 dice. Okay, so he rolls 11. So that's going to be 5 more than this. So he goes from 9 to 14. Okay, so he rolls a 14 and I roll an 18. So I still win. But you see these guards, they can be really tricky. So you have to be very careful about them. Luckily, my air support saved me with that 6. So let's put the air support and engineer support back. And this guy is done. We put a control marker and these guys are now spent. And we decrease or we increase our captured areas to 24. We just need 6 more areas. I can definitely take 6 more. That's highly possible, no problem. And that's it, okay? So we end, there is no automatic victory. We flip. This one should have been flipped, but I flip him now because he moved. Sometimes I do forget to flip the ones that move. And we flip them all. And I think it's a really good situation here. I really think I can actually get 40 areas next turn. Decrease morale by 1 and move the turn track. We're now in turn 8. So there's no reinforcements, no withdrawal. There's no more isolated units that we need to put out that marker. So we do the random event. And we roll a 7. That is going to be the logistical pause. Wow. Do you see how lucky I am to do that? Otherwise, that would put some real trouble into my situation right now. So we roll a d6 to see how many groups. Just 2. Not too bad. So these 2 guys, I think actually these 2 guys, in case I want to consolidate these 2 into that area. So those 2 guys are spent. We remove the commissar. So that's really perfect because that means we don't have the commissar for this turn. So it's actually pretty good to roll for the logistical pause if you have, put your forces out so you can absorb it. Otherwise, it's really troublesome. Now we have the nice part, which is rolling for our supplies. And we roll a 5 and a 1 and a 1 and a 4. So we re-roll these 2. And so far we gained something like 5 to 7 points. And now we have gained like 6 to 8 points. Oh, a 6. That's beautiful. Okay, a 6. So now we basically gained like 14 points, to be honest. That's pretty good. Okay, so we have 10, 17. So we go from 21 to 30. Let's see, 21, and we have how much? 17. So that's, or it's a 20, I guess. To 37. And we gain now something like 12 extra points, because before it was like 5 to 7, and this turn we gained a total a 6 instead of a 1 and a 2 instead of a 1. So that's gonna be 6 extra points. So now we gained like I can't remember exactly, but something like 10 more points than we should have. So I'm at 37 points, so I would still be at like 27. So, you know, okay, we get 1 free air support. These 3 guys are going back. That's going to be a total of 1, 1, 2, so 4 points. We go from 37 to 33. And this guy has to go at 48. Oh yeah, he shouldn't be spent. And this guy goes together with the pink squad, which is down here. And this guy, let's see, where does he belong? Up here. And I might actually want to give him instead this group. I think that's stupid because then I lose the divisional integrity, so he goes up there. All right, and then we're going to get, of course, 7 air support, artillery support, I mean. That's 7 points. We go from 33, let's see, 33, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, to 26. And then we get 2 air support, so we go from 26 to 20. And then let's just get these 3 engineer supports, so we go from 20 to, because they're 2 each, from 20 to 14. So we have 14 points, and like I said, we have gained something like from, I don't know, between 11 and 14 extra points. And we currently have 14 extra points, so I have not used any of those points yet. That is from the optional rule, so I still think this counts almost like a full battle, and the isolated units haven't helped me much either. Okay, let's talk more battle. Let's go ahead and battle. I am going to go ahead and start up here, and we're attacking the isolated units. Light urban, it's a barrage. I'm gonna go ahead and crap. I'm gonna lose one of my tanks in out of action box, and his value is 4 plus 3, that's 7. And then we roll for the isolation. It's a 1, so he gains 1 point. That's really unlucky. So his defense value is 5 instead. My defense value or attack value is 6. Turns into a 7 because of 1 supporting unit. So I'm gonna just go ahead and spam artillery support. Oh, I can actually only use 2. So I'll use 1 artillery support and 1 air support. Remember, you can never use more support units than you have attacking units. So my attack value goes up to 9 with that artillery, and then we roll for our Stuka. Crap. So his defense value goes down by 1. Now this is gonna be, this is bad. This is bad. He rolls 10, I roll 10. So it's actually good. I go from 9 to 19, and he goes from 7 to 17. It's a close call, definitely, but this guy is gone. We put our units back, artillery support and air support. And my units are spent now. We have captured 1 more area, and we now have captured 24 areas. Sorry, 34 areas. So we need 6 more areas before this game is over. We're gonna go ahead and attack into the next isolated area. It's a guards unit, isolated, 7 in defense value, 3 for the areas. He's at 10. We roll for the isolation. He rolled a 4, so that's a -1, so he goes down to 9. We have 5 plus 3 for our 3 supporting units, plus 2 because of divisional integrity and high morale. We are going to go ahead and spend 2 artillery tokens, I think actually even 3. So we go from 10 to 16. Maybe that's a little bit overkill. See here, maybe I'll just spend 2. Because I am at 10, right? Yeah, I'm at 10. I think I'm just gonna spend 2. I mean, 6 units. I'm gonna take out 6 units, right, guys? Right? I'll spend 2 and gamble a little bit because I have been playing it safe for most of the game. So let's go. And he rolls, we remove the 4. So he rolls 11. So he goes from 9 to 20. I roll 11. So I go from 14 to 25. Wow, I am certainly lucky in this game with my rolls. The guard goes away. My units are spent. And we have managed to capture the area. We now have 35 areas captured. Wow. Artillery support goes back into the box. And we move up now into the next unit. Next group. And I just wonder, okay, there they are, they're up here. So it's a guards with a defense value of 8 plus 3 because of the terrain. That's an 11. That's a hard one. Let's roll for the isolation and roll a 3, so nothing is gonna happen with the isolation. You see, the isolation haven't really helped us out much. It made them stronger 2 times, and I think it helped us once or twice. So yeah, I think I've done a really good job. Guards, let's see, my attack value is 5, plus 3 because of 3 supporting units, plus 2 because of high morale, and I believe I have divisional integrity. Yes, I do. So I'm at 10, he's at 11. I want to have at least 5 more than him. So I use 3 artillery supports. I go up to 16. Let's go ahead and roll to see what happens. And remember, he needs 3 dice. Ooh, crap on a stick. He rolls 12. I roll 6. I think we have lost. 12, he goes from 11 to 24, now to 23. I have 6. I go from 16 to 22. Crap! That's the first time in this game that we get destroyed. We lose our lead element. We lose 1 morale. And we have to retreat to where we came from, and this guy is untouched and alive. That sucks. That sucks big time. Well, stuff happens. There's not much we can do about it. It is what it is. This guy is gonna move into this area to support them so they can attack there the next turn. These guys are gonna go ahead and attack. Let's do the big attack first. I am gonna go ahead and attack this area. Let's see, no, I already got that area. I need to capture this and this, and then I need to capture those 2 areas. So let's go with the strongest forces first. And it's here, oh, heroes value 8, 3 for the area, so that's 11. Our attack value is high though, it's 7, plus 2 supporting units. That's gonna be 9, and we have divisional integrity and high morale, so we're now up to 11 as well. I'm gonna use 1 air support and 1 artillery support, and I think I'm gonna use an engineer support just to play it safe. So I gain 1, 2, 3, 4. Because of the support, and then we roll for our plane, and it's a 2, so he goes down to 9. Okay, let's go ahead and have combat. And I roll 6, so I go to 21. He rolls 6, so he goes to 15. I roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 higher than him, so it's not enough to take down the hero's ability, so I lose 1 morale. My units are spent. And let's see here, I place these in the, like to keep them separate. And I captured 1 more areas. I am at 26. I need to capture 4 more. And I'm just gonna attack over here. So it's a defense value 3. Fanatic 7, they go up to 10. And let's see, my attack value is 4, plus 3, plus 2, I go up to 9. I mean, he's a fanatic, but having a stalemate right now is not a very big deal. I'm gonna use 2 engineer supports and 1 air support. So the engineer supports put me at 13. And then let's see what the Stuka does to him. Only a 1, he goes down to 9. Let's have battle, guys. Oh, I roll 9, great. So I go from 13 to 22, and he rolls 3, so he goes to 11. Sorry, he goes to 12. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I rolled 10 higher than him, so his fanatic ability is cancelled. Sorry, guy. I capture the area. I have now 27 areas. These guys are spent, and we take back all of our support markers. Okay, that's the end of it. I'm not going to attack with these because I only have an engineer support left, and I do believe I can capture 3 areas next turn. It's just we have 2 areas up here, and one of them is already revealed, so that shouldn't be too hard. We actually have one more area here that I have forgotten to mark, so we have 38 areas. So we actually only need to capture 2 more and we're good. So I think we're gonna win this, guys. Okay, let's end this. No automatic victory. We flip all our units to their fresh side. And let's see here. These guys should actually have moved together. So they're moving together and now they're spent. And I'm contemplating maybe actually I should not do that, because if I get that nasty logistical pause again, I will be screwed. So I don't do that. I leave them as they are. And all of them are refreshed, I believe. I'm getting excited now. So that's now I'm going to do my errors. Reduce morale by 1. And that's it. That is it. We go now to turn number 9. This is the last turn of the game. Okay, so we have reinforcements and withdrawal. As the 29th now are gonna be withdrawn, and you can see the 29th over here as a reminder on the turn tracker. And then we have random event, so we roll for the random event and hope it's not something crazy like artillery shells. It's 8, 11. It is the commissars again. I can't believe it. We only had like, I think 2 events. The commissars and the logistical pause. And then we have the beautiful supply phase. And now we hope to roll really good for the last turn. And look at that, I have 10, I have 18 supplies. So we go from 14, let's see, 14 plus 18, man, I don't want to do math. 14 to 18, that's 24 plus 8, that's 32. So let's see here, 14, that's plus 10, and then we need to add 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 32. So, you know, I can tell you, I would have won this game even if I didn't use those optional rules. We get air support. I buy this back for 3 points, sorry, 2 points, down to 30 points. I buy this, I believe it came from this area. Now maybe I don't need to buy him because I have this group, so I might as well use that one. So I leave him where he is. And do I need to buy anything else? Of course I'm gonna get the 7 support, artillery support, I get the air support. So that's 10 points. I go down from 30 to 20. I get an additional air support. That's gonna be 17, and then I get these 3 engineer support, so I go from 17 to, let's see, 11. So I have 11 points left, and I'm just going to buy morale for that. There's no reason to save. So I have 11 morale. That's 3 morale, that's 6, that's 9. So 11 goes to 2. So I have 2 supply points left, but I have a lot of stuff now to use. I only need to capture 2 areas. Alright, so here we go, guys. The last attack turn, or the last combat phase of the last turn. We only need to capture 2 areas. Alright, first attack is gonna go against these guards, which have already been revealed, so we don't have to care about their ability. They have a defense value of 8 plus 3 plus 1, so 8 plus 3 plus 1, it's 12. And then they're isolated, so we roll for their isolation. They roll a 5, so that's a -1. So they turn back to 11. I have 5 plus 3 supporting units, so we go to 8. Plus 2 because of divisional integrity and high morale. And we are gonna get these guys back now hard. We're gonna use 1 air support. And let's just do 3 artillery supports for good measure. I have 4 units, so I can use 4 of them. Let's see here, the artillery brings me up to 16, and then we roll for the air support. And it's just a 2, so they go down to 9. And then we have combat, and remember, you only roll 2 for them now, since they're already revealed. And I think it's a good thing that we went overkill. We roll 4, so we go from 16 to 20. They roll 9, so they go from 9 to 18. Okay, we still beat them though. They did a very good job delaying our advance. So I think they were heroes, not guards. And we put a control marker, we remove our air support marker and our artillery support markers. And we have now captured 39 areas. Very cool. Okay, next unit is gonna move in. And again, I always use the top unit as the lead, although I can change my mind still. It's a barrage. We're gonna go ahead and remove 1 unit to the out of action box. He has a combat value of 5, plus 3 for the area, plus 1 for the commissar, so they're up to 9. My combat value is 6, plus 1 for the 1 supporting unit, and plus 1 because of high morale. Yeah, I'm not gonna get that nice divisional integrity because this guy lost. You know, he died from the barrage. We're gonna do the same thing here. Let's do 1 air support and let's do 1 artillery support. So artillery support brings me up to 10. And then we roll for the air support. And it would be devastating if it was a 1, but it's a 4. So he goes from 9 to 5. And then we roll also for the isolation. And we roll a 1, so it's a plus 1 for him. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me with this isolation report? So these isolations have helped the Soviets more than they have helped me in this game, without doubt. Let's roll for combat. And we roll 8, so we go from 10 to 18. They roll 6, so they go from 6 to 12. So we have defeated the barrage and we have officially won the game on operational victory. So we go to 40 controlled points now. And we remove this. We still have to finish the game though, but we do know now that we have gained that operational victory. And I just want to note one thing, and I know that I've been repeating myself with this, because the thing is, whenever I use those option rules for an easier game, I know I did, which game was that I used for an easier, oh, it was Halls of Hegra. I played it on the very easiest, and I got a lot of comments on social media, like, why are you playing on the easy level? What's the fun with that? Oh, this guy should have come with us. He didn't, but that would have even given me one more. I would have lost him instead of the tank, so I would have 2 more in battle in attack value, because I would have 1 for divisional integrity and plus 1 for that unit that was lost. So I would have spent one less artillery basically if I had this guy with them, but I missed him somehow. Anyway, yeah, I got a lot of hard feedback from using those easier rules. But again, I mean, I won now, and the isolation helped the Soviets basically, I think, more than me, or at least it was equal. And then for the support, I gained like 12 extra support points. And I mean, just this, that's the remaining of the engineers, that's 8 points. That air support, that's 3, that's 11. And then we have 3 here, that's 14. So I've won the game now with 14. And I brought the morale back up to by 3, that's 9 points. So we're talking like 23 points that I've spent that I didn't need to spend, and I still won. So I mean, that means I would have won even if I didn't use the easier option rules. Just saying, and now I'm gonna stop repeating that. Okay, so we have cleared that part, so the only optional targets are down here now. So we're just gonna go for them just for fun's sake. So we're gonna start with the strongest unit, I think. He's gonna head down to this oil refinery, and now you're gonna see some real tough battles. So this is a barrage. I am going to lose one of them. He has a defense value of 7, plus 4, plus 1 because of the commissars. He's at 12. I'm at 7, plus 1 because of my backup, plus 1 because of high morale. I don't get plus 1 because integrity, because there's just 2 of them. I am going to use 1 air support and 2 artillery. Let's see, artillery puts me here. Should I do 1 more artillery? Let's do 1 more. No, I can't, because there's just 2 units. So 1 artillery, 1 air support is gonna be, so let's see, my is at 7, 8, 9. So I'm at 11 with that artillery support. We roll for the Stuka, and the Stuka is useless, so we go back to 10 with him. So we are plus 1, so we could perhaps win. And they roll 5 and we roll 6. So they go to 15, we go to 17. So we have won, and that means we increase morale by 1. And we are spent. And then we go ahead and attack. Doesn't matter which one we use actually. This guy goes to the guard, so that's horrible. They are at 8, plus 4, that's 12, plus 1 because of the commissars, which I might have forgotten the last battle, but it didn't matter because I rolled 2 more than them. So they're at 13, those guys, and they would roll 4d6. Can you imagine? They're gonna get all the support I have, 2 engineer support, 2 artillery units. So I go on, that should be the Soviet one. So my combat factor is 4, plus 3, that's 7, plus 2 because of divisional integrity and high morale. And then 8, so 9 goes to 18. Okay, it's still not, I don't think I'm gonna win it because they're just too dangerous when they roll those 4d6s. Okay, so I mean, they roll 10, I roll 6. So I go from 18 to 24, and they go from 13 to 23. Look at that. 1 less than me. The guards are out of action, and it required a lot of supporting units, but I got them. They are very powerful next to the Volga. And they remind you that they get a plus 1 to the roll in a bloody streets battle if they're in one of those areas. So we captured that area as well. We are now up to 42 captured areas, and we gain another morale for capturing one of those 4+ areas, and this guy is now spent. So we then have 1 final attack into another heavy urban area, and it's a barrage, so we're gonna go ahead and lose. See which one. Doesn't matter actually which one we lose, so we're gonna go with one of the infantry divisions, and they are at 9 plus 4, that is going to be 13. And plus 1 because of the commissar, so they're at 14. I am at 4 plus 2. So we are at 6. And then plus 1 because of high morale. And then let's just use that engineer support. We go up to 9, 10, 11. So they have 3 more than me. I could win, but you know, I don't think it's likely to happen. But we should just push for it. We have nothing to lose. Crap. They roll 6. I roll 6. I go to 17. They go to 20. That means we lost. That's unfortunate. That means this guy is out of action. These guys go back to where they came from, and they're spent. And the barrage remains. And just for fun now, I'm going to do one more fun attack, because I do have one more unit that can attack, and it's this guy down here. He moves in. It's an ambush with 9. Defense value 3 in the area, so he has 12. Plus 1 because of the commissars. I have an attack value 3. Very good. And plus 1 because of high morale. And this infantry division is getting no support. So I think pretty much, let's say that he rolls 2. He would go to 15. And if I roll 6, I go to 16. So the only way that I could win now, if the Soviets roll a 2 and I roll a 6, he will still get eliminated from the ambush, but I would still capture the area. That's the rules. If it's empty, if there's no Soviet in, it's considered German. So I would still capture the area, but they would get killed. So there's no way these guys can survive, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and roll. There's no support to give them. I'm sorry, guys. They need to roll 2. I need to roll 12. Pretty far from it, guys. Pretty far from it. They rolled 7, so it's a 20. I rolled 4. So it's going to be an 8. I was annihilated. And remember, when you lose your battle, you also lose 1 morale. So that should also have happened here. So I lost 2 morale. And that, my friends, is the end of the game. We have managed to, we go to the next phase, which is the end phase. And then you check for your victory points. And yeah, I have captured most of the areas. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 areas left, actually. So I think I've only captured 41 then. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, no, 8. It's kind of hard to calculate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there's 8 areas left, so that means I've captured 42. So we have an operational victory, and I think I did very good. I did spoil a lot of those points. Sometimes I did maybe put a little bit too much support in some attacks, but you know, I rather play it safe, because I have seen that when I'm on that line and I start taking casualties, your morale is lost. You lose supply points from bringing those guys back into action, and it's just a great hassle. So that's why I like to try to stay on the safe side. Well, guys, there you have it. That's Stalingrad Advanced to the Volga 1942 operational victory with 41 areas captured. I want to say thank you to all of you that's been following in this whole campaign. And again, I'm going to put a link to where you can buy this fantastic game, Revolution Games. It is a great game. And the next game coming up is Manila. It should be out now or even in just a few days. Because it was on the way, I think, from China in December. So look for Manila. I have already decided I need to get Manila no matter what. And then there's going to be a third part, which is likely to happen in Berlin, which is information I heard from the designer. So that should be a savage battle where we are on the opposite side. We're playing the Soviets instead. And I'm sure there's going to be many, many more, because this is a popular series. Also look out for the sequel to Islands of the Damned. There is a Cities of the Damned, which has a game where you fight in Aachen. There's 2 games included, and one is Aachen, and it's also designed by Michael Rinella, which is the designer of this game. And I think Maybe it's not completely similar, but I think it will be somewhat similar. So I actually already got that on pre-order from Against the Odds magazine. Again, guys, thank you so much. Please don't forget to comment. Let me know that you're watching. It doesn't need to be something complicated. Just you go or victory, whatever. And if you think I did something that I shouldn't, let me know how you think that my strategy was. Also, if you saw an error that's not clarified in the video, please let people know so that I don't teach people how to play this in the wrong way. But I think I actually did most of it correctly. Might have forgot some commissars and morale points, but I remembered it afterwards and pointed it out. So you don't need to point that out. Again, guys, thank you for watching. Comment, like, share the video, and of course subscribe so you don't miss my next campaign for my next game. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. See you next time.